Hi everyone, my name is Wanda Bennett, and my assignment that I chose to do originally was a blog post, but then I quickly switched to a podcast. My project was called If the Walls Could Talk, and it was basically a collection of stories of Newmarket's history around the people, some of the historic houses, and the places. It was quite a journey, I've got to say. I'm probably not the most technically capable individual on the planet, and definitely had my struggles in the beginning. Um, what I wanted to do was do a series of blogs originally, as I said, and I quickly started reading and reading and reading and getting all this history. And I thought, I have to rewrite this. And I started to try to rewrite some of the historic stories I had discovered through my research. And it was quite difficult because the historians really tell it best. So a funny thing happened on my way to my blog site that I discovered the History Hound, and he's a prominent historian in Newmarket and has a huge following. He does seminars in Toronto, and hundreds of people kind of show up to find out about Newmarket's history. So that intrigued me, and he graciously allowed me to interview him for my podcast. So I had to switch gears pretty quickly and realized it was absolutely the right thing to do. And so, as I mentioned, my goal was to capture interesting stories from Newmarket's history in a podcast. And I personally wanted to also learn as much as I could. And I did want to find an audience that would be engaged. It was a subject I was passionate about. And I think that's important. It kind of drove me to find out more and to discover more. And in the end, I was pretty surprised to see that people did come to my site and they listened, and especially my people at work, including the mayor and the regional councillor who had actually gone to my podcast and listened. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So this was my WordPress site, and I learned a lot about WordPress. I did an overview of the Newlock Estate, which is a massive estate we just bought. We're calling it Newmarket Central Park. It is an absolute gorgeous old house, and the history is amazing. So I definitely encourage you to come back to my site to listen to the massive parties and how significant Sir William Newlock was with agriculture and also with technology. He was definitely well ahead of his time. There was a live rebellion in Newmarket with actual gunfire when people were sort of upset with the family compact, and that there was really no set government, and it was really what led to our established government today. So that's a pretty cool story too. And learned about early settlers, and which included First Nations and sort of the reaction to the first settlers there. So it was quite a journey, and absolutely enjoyed every minute of it, and I learned so much. My best advice is to start early and don't underestimate how long it's going to take to research your subject. So thank you for the opportunity, and I wish you all the best. Thanks.